Sam, Troy, Joseph Lane. I just wondered if you can clarify something, Mr. Mayor, I read in the paper, and you or some other council member heard, voting on the budget, right? It stated in the paper, maybe this was an inaccuracy, but we have an option of, they quoted you, or maybe it was a misquote, that you either are going to vote on a 30 mil increase, property tax increase, or a 25 mil increase. So, in other words, we're kind of in a no-win situation in terms of the taxpayers, from what I understand. My impression of budgetary process was that council basically has to approve this budget. And with it, of course, the property tax increase and all the other cutbacks that the mayor is asking for. Or reject it and demand that there be some middle ground here, if any, to be found. Now, I'm urging council here tonight to reject this budget as it stands with any property tax increase. I don't care if it's 20 mils, 25 mils, or 30 mils. It's kind of funny that, and ironic that this situation is coming to a head now in 2012. This thing has been brewing. I think Mr. Sorek will bear this out because he has, as far as I'm concerned, a wealth of knowledge on this subject. This financial crisis, so to speak, was brewing years when Mayor Layton first got into office, really, and it's gotten worse over the years. And it was kind of funny that last year nothing was mentioned about it because, of course, it was an election year. So I am urging council, now that this thing has come to a head, that we are in a budgetary crisis, to stop these layoffs and put a halt to this property tax increase by rejecting this budget flat out. I can't believe that there is such an option that you have to accept either one of these two so-called spending plans. If that's the case, reject them both. Because the property, as it's been pointed out here by numerous other speakers, the people can only tolerate so much. There's a tremendous burden already on the taxpayers. And how much are we going to be able to tolerate here? People are struggling to survive as it is. Now, before my time is up, I also just wanted to tie in the issue of gun violence to the budgetary process. Last time, or a couple of months ago, I addressed the issue of gun violence, and I asked council to please look into perhaps a gun buyback to get guns off the streets and prevent acts of gun violence. The only other thing that I can think of that might help to deter gun violence in the city is, it's getting worse. And let's give the officers a more level playing field when they encounter trouble at these various areas in the city where we have problems. Is to have stricter gun control. No offense to the NRA members, I know that's a curse to you guys. But if that's not going to happen, at least consider a gun buyback to get guns off the streets. And also, if possible, I know this isn't going to happen, it's a pipe dream now, to put more officers on the streets, and certainly in these troubled areas, to bring back foot patrols and bicycle patrols, to establish substations, police substations in troubled areas in the cities. These are probably all pipe dreams with the financial situation that we're in. But something perhaps that can be looked into if we found perhaps some other revenue streams to get some more money to come in and to stop the financial waste that this mayor is committed to. One or two possible revenue streams. I don't know why you people are oblivious to these. Look at all the nonprofit area agencies in this city, besides Wilkes and King's, and all the churches and synagogues, only a couple of synagogues. But getting away relatively scot-free without paying a dime in taxes. And you guys just okayed backing a loan to Wilkes University for its new science center. That'd be okay in financial periods where we were okay in good financial shape. But that's inexcusable now. I think that you should have some concerted effort here to go out, to form a committee if necessary, to try to get some income from these nonprofits. Because we have, being a county seat, of course, we have an excessive number of them. There's got to be some contribution there to the revenue stream, so that all the taxpayers, the property owners of this city, don't have to bear the terrible burden that we have to essentially put up with, a new burden that's probably going to happen despite all the efforts to the contrary. I'm speaking to you directly, Mrs. Lavelle, as the representative from my district. You recall a conversation that we had last election day when you and your brother were extremely upset with me as an independent candidate for council, when I sent out flyers saying that if Marie Lavelle wins, you, the taxpayer, lose. Now, I hope so far, you've proven me right on that. I hope you prove me wrong by voting against this budget. Maybe you want to respond to this. But so far, you have almost, in every case, backed the mayor.
It's your 5 minutes, Mr. Troy.
It's up already?
Yes, sir.
I just want to say something. It wasn't Councilman
You sure
Murray
you timed that right?
who talked about raising taxes, it was myself. And I still stand by that. I'm not gonna let the fire department or the police department be depleted. You want more policemen. I want the firemen back to what they were. Was it 68 people? I want 68 people there. Their lives are at stake and our lives are at stake. I agree with Hammond. They came twice to my house with my father and my aunt and my mother, 3 times.
So you'll vote against the budget then?
I'll increase taxes to keep them here. Yes, I will.
Cut waste.
I'm not embarrassed to say that either.
Cut waste.
We're doing that too.
League of Cities gotta go.
We're that far short.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Troy.